Everyone's asking for a new Superman game, but for nearly 20 years, studios have avoided it. Why is this? In today's video, we're gonna break down Superman's gaming history, the good, bad, his superpowers, and tech problems that make him a nightmare for game design. And to be honest, we also need to look at ways a studio could just finally get it right. And let me know down below in the comment section, how would you guys solve the Superman problem? Pitch your game ideas in the comments and I may react to it in my next video. It's odd, right now, there's hype for a Superman game. It's at an all-time high, no pun intended. The recent Superman movie has made over $500+ million worldwide as of recording this video, but no real conversation is being made about a new Superman game. Like I said before, it's been 2 decades and we've gotten tons of other games that we haven't asked for. Obviously, we love the Spider-Man games, but Suicide Squad? That's what we're doing? That's where the bar is? It's almost disrespectful to Clark Kent, aka Superman. It's starting to get ridiculous. So now we're going to take a look at the Superman problem. And this can really get broken down into a lot of things, but it really goes like this: core game design issues, and the fact that in every Superman title, the developer and publishers are usually always arguing. It's literally the devs versus publisher. The devs come in with passion, they come in with creativity, and sadly, the publisher tells them they have to scrap a lot of that out, which then gives us a product that just doesn't feel real. It feels very bare bones, and it's just not the Superman game that we know that we should be getting, the full-blown Superman experience. And going back to the core game design problems, you start to hear things like Superman is basically immortal, how do you make danger feel real, flight at Mach speed tends to break open world skill, or even the fact that they say that no believable enemies without overall cheating. They're pretty much trying to say that Superman has no personality. He's an overpowered character, and it's pretty much like trying to make a horror game where your main character is a tank and has infinite ammo. The excuse that I keep seeing is that it's too hard to create a real Superman game. Well, what I'm showing on the screen is a demo that one guy made in Unreal Engine 5. There's a weird narrative going on about the games made in Unreal Engine right now, but let's just talk about the engine and like where technology is right now. 10 years ago, a lot of this stuff wasn't accessible to the public. The fact that we have things like Game Maker's Toolkit, Unity, Unreal Engine, these things are very possible. And the fact that one guy made a Superman demo and I can't get a AAA studio with a $200 million budget to do this, I'm absolutely mind blown. I'm just mind blown. And the fact that you still want to give me Suicide Squad over Kal-El, I can't even speak because I'm mind blown. It doesn't even make sense. Old engines couldn't handle Superman, but as we see, that's not the case anymore. I found this old comment on a site where users were pretty much complaining about a Superman game. I think this comment from John Clark summarizes this whole entire section. He believes the main problem in a Superman game is that his arsenal is so large. The players must be able to control flight, heat vision, super breath, super speed, as well as combat moves. The Superman graveyard, a ton of canceled games and failed attempts. There was a rumor earlier this year that there was supposed to be a new Superman game. We currently are in Q3 going into Q4 of 2025. I hate to be that guy, but it's not happened, and sadly we need to get over it. I want it to happen. I'm not sure where that rumor came from, but it just seems like that's not really happening. The lead designer from Factor 5 went on Twitter and created a thread talking about her experience creating a Superman game back in 2007/2008. A user ended up making a Reddit post of all of her comments. I'm going to highlight some of my favorite ones. I'm also going to make sure to leave a link down below in the description to the Reddit post. I definitely think you guys should check it out. She shows a lot of gems and just talks about the game and like what really happened as far as why this studio closed. And I think this is really interesting, kind of getting the POV from an actual developer that worked on AAA games and had a game that pretty much got canceled that a lot of people would have played. She starts off the thread by saying, in 2007/2008, I was the lead designer on a Superman game that was never released because the economy crashed hard. It killed our publisher, our studio, Factor 5, and the game. I have multiple unreleased games throughout my career, but this one to the day is the only one that I mourn to this day. And then she goes through and starts talking about the goals of the game. And one thing that I wanted to point out in this particular image, she pretty much explained how they were trying to also line up this new Superman game with some cartoons in Teen comics that was coming out, something like that. So she pretty much towards the end of the tweet says, we put together this fast video montage to show what everything we wanted to have as gameplay, and we did it. And then the very next slide, she says aerial brawling, large urban environments, crashing through buildings, fast target engagement, knocking your foe into the next block, shock waves from hits, impact grooves in the streets or building sides, all of it. So it really does seem like they were kind of going all in, and especially with like just destruction, actual destruction when you were doing something in the game as Superman, where she stated that we also didn't want to rely on traditional gaming crutches of the IP, things like kryptonite and fighting robots. And then on the screen, I'm pretty much just going to showcase some of the images that they were showing from like the prototype that they were making and all the art assets and things of that nature. It really did seem like they were kind of creating something cool. It really does suck that the economy ended up killing this game, and I want people to know that this happens a lot. Let's take a look at why studios keep choosing Batman / Spider-Man but not Superman. I hate to tell you, men lie, women lie, but numbers, they don't lie. If we take a look at the total number of sales for each game, there's a clear winner, and I hate to say Superman is not there. Approximately, Superman has 7.6 million units sold. Spider-Man has approximately 62 million units sold. Batman the Arkham series has approximately 36 million units sold. Now, what makes this really interesting, when you start to dive into the numbers, you realize that this isn't the real Superman games. Superman 64 approximately sold 500,000 units. Superman Returns sold approximately 705,000 units, and this was post DVD release since it was such a long time ago. The fabrication comes from the fact that they said that they got a 6.41 million units sold for the Lego Batman 2 DC superheroes. This is not even a Superman standalone title that they're counting as a Superman game into his revenue. It's a Lego and Batman game, has nothing to do with Superman, but it features Superman and it features actual real gameplay that kind of is cool and actually gets to let people see how being Superman would actually feel like. It's just crazy how it's A, a Lego game, and B, not even a Superman game. It's a fudging Batman game. Now gamers, this is the section where I'd like to hear you guys. Comment down below what type of Superman game would you guys like to see. In my future videos, I might shout out some of the comments that are posted on this video about Superman games. So I feel like it's very simple. You make it a Telltale style narrative. Season 1 follows Clark, just like Smallville. Clark growing up, learning the cost of power, good Superman or dark Superman. You pretty much let the players pick and make them both feel believable. In my opinion, this would be a fire game. And I really do wonder what you guys think, because I enjoyed the Telltale game series, obviously until when that studio eventually closed. But when they were in their prime, I loved playing their games and just how they were narrative driven. You still got that feeling of doing things and making choices. Just like the Batman series, you kind of had a little bit of action, but at the same time, it was more narrative driven, players making choices that could change and alter the whole entire story in the game. I really like it, and I think it would be dope in a story like Superman, giving the players the option of either becoming a true Superman, good Superman, or becoming a bad one, fighting with that, fighting with all his morale choices, whether he saves someone or doesn't save someone. It could be a fire game, but no one wants to take that chance. And there we have it. Why do we need a new Superman game? What are your thoughts? Let me know down below in the comment section. This is kind of an end of an era. As you guys can see, your boy is kind of moving. There's more boxes and things of that nature. Like we got a big box right there. Like I said, all of this is gonna be gone. Your boy is moving out. We made a lot of videos, not necessarily in this room. We made a ton of videos in the other room. I moved into this room when my sister moved out, and she kind of, you know, closed the chapter on this room for herself, and she bought her own house. Now it's my turn, and I'm just really excited for the future videos that we create and the future video games that we create in that place. So that's all I got for you guys. Hope you guys did enjoy today's video. Let me know what you guys think about Superman, and if you even watched the new Superman movie. Should I even go check it out? I haven't even watched it yet, and apparently from all my research, it seems like it was a really good movie. So let me know what you gamers think. I'll catch you gamers in the next video. The next video will most likely be in my place, so hopefully you guys do enjoy it, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace out.